After watching this video, you will get familiar with phrasal verb brush aside, and you will be able to use it correctly and confidently during English conversation. Brush aside has basically two different meanings. The literal meaning of brush aside is to push something aside or out of one's path. For example, I brushed aside the chair which was in the middle of the corridor. I brushed aside the chair which was in the middle of the corridor. The police brushed aside the crowd to make way for the chief guest. The police brushed aside the crowd to make way for the chief guest. The figurative meaning of brush aside is to ignore or dismiss something as unimportant or useless. Let's further understand this with examples. No one likes to be brushed aside, which means no one likes to be ignored or dismissed as unimportant or useless. Let's get familiar with this phrasal verb with some more examples. A bad boss brushes aside his subordinates' suggestions. A bad boss brushes aside his subordinates' suggestions. She brushed aside her tears and cheered up, which means she literally pushed aside her tears. She ignored and didn't give importance to her tears or sorrows and cheered up. Look at one more example. It's an important issue. You cannot brush it aside like this. It's an important issue. You cannot brush it aside like this. Now you can try and make a sentence with this idiom and share it as a comment. And if you are new in this channel, you can subscribe and hit the bell icon for latest videos. Best of luck.